Morning. Out on the boat again. Haven't done this for a while. Not on camera anyway. So we're at anchor. If I come up out the cockpit, you'll see that's Mersea Island there. We're sitting on a spit just as off of Mersea Island. Only out for the day. Not actually sailing today. I've actually come out to do some fishing, which I haven't done that for a long time. On a boat anyways. Pan around. Might just be able to make out the nuclear power station towers over there at the start of the River Blackwater. That's Mersea Island. Brighton Sea there, Bateman's Tower in the distance. We've come out of Brighton Sea, obviously that's where the boat lives. Only come out for about 40 minutes of motoring to get here, not even that. Not doing too much speed. I sat the boat at anchor. I've put the boom up high out of the way. I've put my day shapes up to let other boats know that I'm at anchor. If I come out of the cockpit, I'll show you where we are. I'll show you on the map. If I zoom out, that's Mersea Island there. That's the edge of the cone spit there that goes out towards Clacton. If I zoom back in, you'll see we're actually sitting off a... Oh, it's come too far there. There we go. I'll zoom in again. You'll see that we're actually sitting off a spit off of Mersea Island. Obviously Mersea Island can, it gets very shallow. Tide goes out a long way at low tide. We're at more or less high tide now, in 16 feet of water. But we're right on the edge of a spit, so hopefully might produce some fish. Not sure what's around at the minute. I think it's probably going to be whiting, maybe the odd codlin. Got some lugworm. I ain't actually done much sea fishing this year, so I haven't been keeping up with what's going on, but we'll give it a go. It's supposed to be a nice calm day today. We've had huge amounts of rain in the UK for the last month or so. So everything's been a bit damp and boggy. There's the old holiday parks there. I think that's Waldegrave's holiday park in the distance there. We're going to be sitting here. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning at the minute, but we're going to be sitting here till this afternoon. And then I'm going to later on motor around the back of Mersea Island into our usual haunt of Pyefleet Creek for the night, and then go back onto the mooring tomorrow morning. We're going fishing off of here. I don't know what side. One of these. Let's see how the tide is. Probably on this side. So we're facing the sun, so we get nice, keep it nice and warm. Obviously, daytime temperatures are pretty cold now. It's nice in the sun. So it's probably sitting at around about 11-12 degrees. Overnight it's supposed to get down to about 5 or 6. Some places in the UK had frost last night, frost and ice, so we are getting the winter temperatures now. But the boat's sitting at anchor alright. I've been monitoring the GPS speed, we haven't moved, so they're still stable. Fishing done, see how it goes. Haven't done any cast off the back, fishing off the bottom, standard pattern off the rig, using normal grip weights that you'd use for beach fishing, and lugworms, which is the best bait here on the east coast. It's liked by more or less everything, including the crabs, unfortunately. But we'll see how it goes. Not going to be concentrating too much on catching too much at the minute, because I'd rather concentrate when when it gets a bit darker. Here in the UK at the minute it's getting dark about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Actually had a bite. Not sure if the camera's going to pick it up now, because now it might have gone. But the left hand rod there was jiggling around. There we go. That's what a bite looks like, so I'm not touching it. Yep, there's something on. We'll keep bringing up, see what's there. There's nothing there, unfortunately. Not yet, but it's promising. Hopefully it wasn't crabs pulling on the line. I thought it was going to be cold sat here, but this sun is actually making me feel quite warm. Obviously that will drop down later and get cold, but at the minute it's very pleasant. Just enjoying the solitary time. As I suspected, going to get plagued by a tiny little whiting by the looks of it. It's not so bad. It's better than catching nothing. Obviously you can't do much with these. They're straight back, tiny little fish. I'll put my hand next to it, you'll see how big it is. It's a bit like roach fishing. But we get plagued by these in autumn and spring, all the way through to spring. Little schooly whiting. By the they come by the thousands. If you're fishing a multi-hook reel, sometimes you get 3 or 4 of these at a time. But as I said, it's better than nothing. And occasionally something bigger comes along. As you can see, we've now moved position. We're around in Pyefleet Creek. This is going to be our home for the night. Reason being because I was getting cold. It's pretty fresh out there, so we're now doing some creek fishing. I know the birds do alright fishing around here, because I've seen them catching fish, so I know there's fish in the creek. We ended up with about a dozen whiting of various sizes, all small. In the 3 hours that was around the front of Mersea Island, we're now at the back of Mersea Island on our anchor for the night. Last hour or so it's gone completely still. The wind has died right off. As per usual, Pyefleet Creek is producing some brilliant sunsets. Those motors you can hear in the distance, those are paramotors. There's 3 of them just over there. They flew over a little while ago. They must be bloody freezing up there, to be honest. It's cold enough down here. The temperature's dropping right off now. It's nice to sit here, sitting here in the peace and quiet, listen to the birds, the oyster catchers on the and the seagulls. But yeah, it's dropped right off, and not even the boats, dinghies moving anymore. Haven't had a lot fishing wise. Another little whiting, but as you can see by the mud just there, it's now very shallow. We're almost at low tide now. Then gonna go up the front. Deck's looking a bit manky. I'm replacing the cork with synthetic stuff this next year. Cork's been alright, but the trouble is the birds have been pecking at it for nesting material, so it's getting a bit sparse and sporadic. Where if you look, got some holes there and some bits around the edge. Yeah, the seagulls have been nicking it. Get a good view of Sunset here, when it goes down properly I'll come back up here. Light aircraft flying over. I've got the boom up nice and high out of the way, so better for fishing. Not sure if you can see him, but there's a seal just popped up. Don't know what direction he went. I'll keep an eye out for him. You don't see him very often. That's a bit of a rare treat. There he is. He's gone right over there. Making his way down the creek. Probably up here doing a bit of fishing. That's a shame. It's a shame he's not coming this direction. I thought it was a diving bird initially, then realised it's a seal. Did a bit of hunting. Making his way over to that little pontoon by the looks of it. Occasionally see the seals hunting on the foreshore on the near where the moorings are in Brightonsea. But it doesn't happen that often. We're not going to get a brilliant sunset because there's a bank of cloud that the sun's gone behind over there. But we are got some nice colours going on. So if you can make the rods out there. Fishing the tide coming up now. Now it's dark. Hitting the whiting again, but this time they're a little bit bigger. GoPros are not very good at low light conditions, unfortunately. But we'll keep going. Just watched the film, had some hot food, feeling a bit warmer again. Well, we're getting something a bit bigger now. Still a whiting, probably about half a pound. Still we can't do much with it, it's too small. Put it back. Well, we've woken up to a very calm morning. It was very foggy last night before I packed up the fishing. Ended up with a ton of fish yesterday. A lot of fish. All went back though. A couple of them were good size that could have probably kept made into fish cakes, fish fingers. But I just put them all back. Just there for the sport. Coming to home port now. Judging by where the water's up, I think we'll be able to get onto the mooring straight away. Sometimes I have to sort of like stick myself in the mud, sort of back from the mooring, and then just sort of like go onto it a bit later. But I think it's because we got really high tides today. It's 4 metre spring tides. We're about 3 hours before high tide, so I think we should just be able to get on. Just. There's Bateman's Tower there. You can see the old dark clouds building. Definitely looks like we're going to have some rain. It's a shame. See a few fishing boats going out. Looks like the oyster boats are out there as well. Back on the home berth. Bright and see. I'll get her packed away and ship shape. On for the oncoming winter. It's going to start getting pretty cold soon, I think. Hopefully I'll be able to get out again before the end of the year. The only time I don't come out is when it's icy. When it starts getting icy, it starts getting, well, too uncomfortable and too dangerous, to be honest. So it's time to be indoors in them sort of weathers, but we get going. We're going to get the boat attached to the back of the boat so I can start loading the stuff onto it. Get the dinghy on the back, as I say. Still a nice day. As I suspected, because of the high tides, we've got on to the mooring quite early. It's almost 3 hours before high tide, so we've got good depth of water today. I put both lines on. I always moor with double lines, just in case. Never had a problem so far. Been on the mooring 6 years now, I think it is. But we'll call this video done. It's quite an enjoyable trip. Some decent fishing. A bit cold, but there you go, it's the time of the year. I'm now going to get packed up, hopefully before that rain starts. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, click like and subscribe. Plenty more where they can come from. See you later. Passing shot of Brighton says we can leave.